Hello YouTube and welcome to the second edition of Try It, Buy It, or Cry About It. And today I will be finally sitting down and doing the Dead Rising 3 version. If you want, you can watch the playthrough. I have all 46 parts up on my channel. That was my first ever playthrough on YouTube. And today, just like the first edition, I will be giving you my honest opinion about the game. I will not give you guys any bullshit or nothing. Just straight to the truth. So I was reading the comments and I realized that people were there was one comment, anyways, because my channel's so popular, there was just thousands, and I picked out the one that said that this needs to be more organized. So I said, okay, that's definitely a good point, and I've decided to organize this a bit more. And so I will give you guys a rundown what I will talk about before I talk about it, and then I'll do it right in the order. So this is how I'm going to go about it. I'm going to talk about achievements, plot, characters, side content, the environment, combat and features, the leveling up system. Then I'll do a recap of everything, and then I'll give you my rating and whether you should try it, buy it, or cry about it. So let us begin. Just a little side note before I start. This will be a comparison sort of video. I will be comparing it to Dead Rising 2, which is a game I played a couple years ago that I really liked. And I will tell you why, if you like Dead Rising 2, why this is an improvement. Why, if you hated Dead Rising 2, what improved to make this game most likely enjoyable for you. So I will do that throughout the video, so you guys can get like a comparison. I just rambling now. Okay, anyways, achievements. If you guys played Dead Rising 2, you would know the achievements were horrific in that game. And I mean it in every sense of the word. It was 50 achievements, 20 gamer score for everything. If you were building one combo weapon, it was 20 gamer score. If you were, say, I don't know, killing 100,000 enemies, it was 20 gamer score. Ridiculous. And as you know, I'm the kind of guy who goes for achievements. Like I said in the in the Wolfenstein TVC, I like achievements, so that definitely can affect the game. And this game's definitely improved on Dead Rising 2. So just in that regard, this game's already better than Dead Rising 2. Going on to the plot. I mean, what can I say? It's a zombie survival plot. It's really, the plot itself is just generic. It's like just escape from a city that's been ravaged by zombies. Woo. There are still bees. I will say that. I am still wholeheartedly 100% against the bees. They're retarded. Also, there's leeches, which are even more retarded. I don't know if this is in Dead Rising 1, what the fuck the problem is with these bees and leeches, but they're retarded, and I want them out if they make another Dead Rising 4, or if they make Dead Rising 4, because they're fucking stupid. This next part will be a spoiler, so I'll give you a few seconds to jump ahead. I did like the twist with Annie and Chuck. I thought that was pretty good. How Annie turned out to be Katie, and then Chuck showed up and it was like Gary's boss. I thought that was pretty neat. It was a nice homage to Dead Rising 2. Moving on to the characters. So for the most part, you have Nick, Annie, Gary, Rhonda, Dick, Chuck, and Diego. And then like the whole host of antagonists. Let's start off with Nick. Nick's obviously the main protagonist. He's okay. He's a nice guy. He definitely wants the best for people. He's a lot like Chuck. You're just like kind of your generic superhero kind of guy. He's okay. He's not exactly the greatest of personalities, but he's definitely decent. He's likable. He's not some kind of like douche fucker or something. Moving on to Annie, I thought she was my top two characters. I don't know why. She's just, I don't know, I liked her. She was definitely a 180 from Katie in Dead Rising 2. Obviously she grew up having to take Zombrex every day. I definitely couldn't keep a normal life doing that, and she's become one of those quote unquote illegals or whatever. Gary, he's the mob hitster that works for spoiler Chuck that you find out, and he's also apparently the ex-husband of Rhonda, so that's kind of an interesting dynamic. Which, speaking of Rhonda, and coming into a couple of my video titles, she's Big Boobs, and she's just a cool character. Her and Annie are probably my two favorite characters. She's pretty kick-ass. And then at the end of the game, she gets that frickin' like blowtorch flamethrower upgrade on her arm. That was pretty funny. You gotta love blowtorch arms. Moving on to Dick, which makes, I guess, the three amigos, Nick, Rhonda, and Dick, 'cause they're into the game together. With Dick, I don't know. I honestly, like, he's by far the worst character in the, well, I'll say he's the worst, just because he literally has no personality. He just sits there. He just like every fucking split screen cutscene with that has those three, the three amigos. Dick's just standing there. He says like 2 words the entire game, and he's always making fun of like Rhonda and shit. It's like, come on. And there's even a point in the game, I guess it's kind of spoiler, where they get captured and sent to a camp, and Nick has to like free people and escape, and the motherfucking Dick is just sitting there in the hangar like, oh hey, what's up, dude? It's like, what? You got captured too? How the fuck are you just standing there? It's like, wow, okay, Dick's like the worst character ever. Going from the worst to one of the better, Chuck. Chuck, obviously, like I said, makes a reappearance. He's a pretty cool character, obviously. He definitely doesn't look as good as he used to. He's definitely fatter than he used to. You know, he's definitely put on some weight, and apparently he's some kind of like asshole mobster now. It's like, oh god, that's not cool. And then finally, the worst character, I think. You know, I said Dick was the worst, but I changed my mind. He's the worst. Diego. He's by far the worst character. He is absolutely cheesy. It's ridiculous. Like, he'll just be like, So at the beginning of the game, spoiler, I guess, after you beat the, oh, this actually wasn't in my playthrough now that I realized it got corrupted. But anyways, after you beat the American Badass, the guy on the roller hog, you find Diego. He's like, oh yeah, what's up, Nick? Let's go get the plane. And he just grabs the keys and he just chucks them on the ground. Like, I'm always like, what? And then all of a sudden, Nick picks him up and he's been bitten. It's like, what a fucking horrible plot point. Diego's the worst. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is when he fucking gets filled with goddamn bees and leeches and somehow just exploded and they all just come out. It's like, yeah, sure, that makes fucking sense. I don't want to ramble too much about how much I hate Diego. It's just he kind of ruined the game. I'm glad he died. Okay, moving on to side content. The side content, as comparison to Dead Rising 2, content mostly consisted of saving survivors and psychos. That was like it in Dead Rising 2. Dead Rising 3, however, they did definitely expand on it. There's still psychos and saving survivors, but then now you can do missions for saving survivors. Like, you can get them a weapon, or you go do like a quest for them or something like that, which is neat. Then they also added in like PP trials, which PP trials are basically in-game challenges, like kill 500 enemies with a certain weapon or 1,000 enemies with fire or something like that. And then there's PP challenges, I believe. I can't remember what they're called now, but they're like, you go somewhere on a map and it's kill 50 enemies with your bare hands in 2 minutes. Go. And you get like a bronze, silver, gold, or whatever. So those are neat. They added those in, which is nice. And also, you don't have to worry about taking the survivors all the way to the safe house. They just leave when they're done, for the most part, which is, that definitely was one of the more annoying parts of Dead Rising 2. So side content's definitely much improved. Moving on to the environment, however, not so much improved. It is good that they broke away from the whole mall structure of the first 2 games, because the mall was definitely getting bland after 2 whole games. But the new map is so let me just delve into it more. Oh god, I'm sorry. What happened? Oh, that was weird. Sorry about that. So the new map structure, it's 4 quadrants of a city, which is okay. There's, you know, highways in between and stuff like that. That's fine. However, you get into one of those 4 quadrants, you see your objective about 25 feet away from you. Like, all right, let's go get it. Go straight. Oh, there's blockage here. Gotta back out. Go down this way. Go here. Go down this alley. Oh no, can't go down this alley. There's little like fucking sticks there. All right, well let's go this way. Oh, can't go that way. Gotta go around. Soon enough, you're going around the entire fucking quadrant just to get to where you could have gone in 20 feet. It's like, come on, dude. It's impossible to drive cars other than on the highway. It really is. It's just obnoxious. There's even at one part in the game. At one part of the game, you like the entrance to from the highways block to this one area, so it's like, oh good, so you always have to get out of your car. There's literally no alternative. It's like, come on, this is fucking obnoxious. But anyways, that's whatever. That's the environment. I hate the environment. Moving on to the best part of the game is combat and features. So what they did is they added in combo vehicles, expanded on the already vast amount of combo weapons, and then they smoothed out the controls and driving. As far as the combo vehicles go, I think there's like 8 of them, and they're all pretty cool except for the mini bike. The mini bike is fucking terrible, but my 3 favorite of the combo vehicles are the Party Slapper, Shock Doge, and then my all-time favorites, the Roller Hog. Those 3 vehicles alone are just fantastic. Definitely the vehicles have been improved. Driving is just way better. Not only do you not, like in Dead Rising 2, you have to buy the vehicles and then it's like, oh, they didn't last very long. But now you definitely is better. Like, even the driving mechanics are better. And then the combo weapons have been, like I said, expanded, and there's all new kinds of weapons. There's like super combo weapons now and stuff that's like just going crazy. And by far the best combo weapon in this game is the Electrofire Staff. That thing kicks fucking assholes in. If you guys watch, there's 2 whole videos basically where I spent just with the Electrofire Staff, just shooting into crowds of zombies, just getting PP in my butt. Oh, that kind of sounds gay. Getting PP in your guys' butt, sure. That sounds less gay for me. And I was just killing them and killing them and killing them, and I probably got close to 10 levels. At least 10 levels. No, probably like 15 to 20 levels. And most of them were top tier levels, like 40 plus. So it was definitely good. And it definitely helped me get to max out all my attributes and stuff. That's fucking for sure. Okay, so the final point I want to make is the leveling up system. So Dead Rising 2, I'll start off with that. Dead Rising 2, it was a set level system. So when you reach level 2, you got like an extra inventory slot. Level 3, you got increased health. Level 4, you got a skill move. Level 5, you got another skill move. So, whatever. But in Dead Rising 3, they changed that. Now, instead of set, you have this bracket, which I'll show in the video, and you got like melee, ranged, mechanic, yada yada yada, and you can put points into that. And when you put points into it, after every like 3 or 4 or whatever, you get a new ability. So like for health, you get an increased health bar. For mechanic, you can craft things faster. And it's really nice because you can choose the way you want to level up. So you want to go for tank and you want health and melee right off the bat. Or you want to go for like kind of like a ranged. You can go for like maneuverability and ranged right off the bat. So it's pretty neat. It's definitely much improved, that aspect of the game. That's probably the most improved out of the entire game between 2 and 3. Okay, so enough of the leveling up system. Now I've gone over everything I wanted to go over. Now it's time to go over a recap and then give you my rating and whether you try it, buy, or cry about it. So overall, obviously this game, there's no point I think in this game that's worse than Dead Rising 2. Maybe some of the characters might be worse, but other than that, it's smooth at how better it is. So the story's okay. The characters are okay. Most of them are likable. Some of them are just kind of ruin the game, I think. And obviously, like I said earlier, it gets cheesy at times with like Diego and Dick. Those 2 characters mostly would make it cheesy. The game does have amazing weapons and amazing vehicles. The side content's much better. And the leveling up system's very much improved. Those are all the pros, I'd say. The only really con, I'd say, is the environment. And like I said, it's just awful to navigate. It's improved from 2 and 1, I guess, but it's still terrible to navigate, and I just don't like it very much. Now, you will notice that throughout this review, I haven't said anything about co-op, and that's because if you notice in my playthroughs, I've played single player, because I don't have friends. No, I'm just kidding. I have friends. It's just that none of them have Dead Rising 3. So that was a shame. I really wanted to do co-op, and I definitely wanted to record it for YouTube. I will hopefully in the future be able to do co-op for Dead Rising. But as of right now, I can't go over co-op. Although playing Dead Rising 2, I know co-op was fucking fun. So obviously, when I give you my rating and whether you try it, buy, or cry about it, keep in mind this is single player only. I only have hopes that it's better with co-op, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so enough of that. Now I'll give you my rating. And just like I said in the last video, this is completely arbitrary. You don't listen to this. It's just, comparison. You look, oh, this game got this game got that. It's just my opinion. There's no way I'm saying one game is definitively better than another. It's just in my words, in my view. This is what I think. And so, as far as the rating goes, it's a 1 to 10 scale, 5 being mediocre. 1 to 5 is literally it's broken, like the A button doesn't respond properly, or it's just so enjoyable. And then 5 to 10 is playable and, increasing levels of enjoyment. So overall, I'm going to give this game, drum roll, an 8. The reason I give it an 8 is 2 reasons. One, it is a lot like Dead Rising 2, and it's not made a whole bunch of improvements. It's better than Dead Rising 2, but I think in 3 years, 4 years, they definitely could have improved better. If this game would have come out the time that Dead Rising 2 did, I'd give this game a 9. But having said that, it is 4 years after Dead Rising 2, so you think they could have made a little bit more improvements, maybe increased a plot, made better characters, more side content, a better environment. But like I said, it still is just Dead Rising. There's not really anything that puts it above. Although I will say it is good that they took out the multiplayer. If they had multiplayer, my score probably would have been lower. But having said all that, co-op could potentially give this game an 8.5, 8.75. I'm ruling out co-op it now, so this is an 8 out of 10 for single player. Co-op is probably higher, much higher. So just keep that in mind. So with giving it an 8, now I'm going to tell you whether to try it, buy it, or cry about it. And I'm going to tell you to buy it. I tell you to buy it if either one, you enjoy single player games and you don't mind playing by yourself, and you just want a good slash 'em up kind of zombie game, then you buy it. Or 2, you have a friend who's willing to buy it with you, you buy it with him, and you play together. That would be the pinnacle. Why the fuck did I just use that word? That would be, I can't remember the word, but that's definitely the way you want to buy it. You want to buy it with a friend, play it with a friend, because then with a friend, it'd be more enjoyable, I think. It's a good game single player, but it would be more enjoyable with a friend. So that's my official opinion is buy it. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys watched the majority of this and not just the end. And also make sure you go check out my channel. Dead Rising 3 obviously will be in the top right corner. And my other playthrough, Last of Us, will be in the left top corner. And I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, if you have any kind of suggestion or the way I should do these videos or my channel or anything, leave it in the comments, message me, whatever. Show up to my door, stab me with a knife that has a letter attached, whatever floats your boat. Don't do that last one. But I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys for my next video. See ya.